Welcome viewers. It was May 3rd, 2025, Chennai, in Chennai, next to Tambaram, in Varadarajapuram. The time was nearing 3:15 a.m. In that early morning time, Darwin, who was sleeping at his home, received a sudden phone call. Now, without being able to wake up fully, he was wiping his eyes with irritation. Who is calling at this hour? He took his phone, but when he took his phone, his sleep gone away. He thought whether the baby might not be feeling well. With such a confusion, he attended the call and started speaking. Now Karthik Raja spoke on the other side of the phone, said that Steffy is not feeling well and asked him whether he could come. Hearing this, Darwin asked what happened to Steffy in panic. But he asked him to come quickly and hung up the phone. Now Darwin panicked and woke up his mother and said that Steffy is not feeling well and asked her to get ready quickly. At the same time, he called his childhood friend, who is a doctor now, and said about this. Now all three of them went to the next street. Actually, Steffy's house was not far away. It was near their street, so all three of them went to Steffy's house quickly. And when they went, seeing Steffy lying down without consciousness, all of them were frozen in shock. Now Darwin and his mother ran to Steffy and tried to wake her up. But there was no response from Steffy. Now, while trying to wake up Steffy, Darwin asked what happened to them and asked why Steffy is unconscious. Like this, he continuously asked question. Now a person named Rajmohan, who was there, said that Steffy fell down in the bathroom and became unconscious, and said that she was unconscious from then. Now Darwin asked his daughter friend to check Steffy, but his doctor friend who checked her said nothing and said that they have to take her to the nearby hospital. So without thinking about anything, she was taken to a private hospital in Old Pirangalathur. But the doctors who checked Steffy said a shocking news that Steffy is already dead to Darwin and his family. Hearing this, Darwin and his mother started crying. So, who is this Steffy? And how is she related to Darwin's family? Who is Karthik Raja, who called Darwin? And what happened to Steffy? Recently, 3 months before a case which shocked the entire Tamil Nadu. About Steffy Matilda case, we are going to decode in today's video. Come, let's move on to today's video. Sunita Devi from Varadarajapuram, next to Tambaram in Chennai, with her husband, daughter Steffy Matilda, and son Darwin Benaya. With them, she was living happily. But like how the COVID changed the life of most of the people, similarly, it turned their life upside down. Yes, Sunita's husband died in COVID after being unwell, even though that family lost its head and was heartbroken. Without losing hope, Sunita Devi left one portion of her house for rent. And as a single woman, she looked after her family. And in such situation, in 2022, Rajmohan, who came as a tenant in Sunita's house, and her daughter Steffy, who was studying college, met. And as the days passed, they fell in love. And in a few months after falling in love, Steffy's family came to know about it and were against their love. And of course, you might know the reason. Steffy is Christian and Rajmohan is Hindu. And since both of them were from different religions, they didn't accept their love. And in some news channels, it is said that their caste was the biggest problem. That is, Steffy is from Dalit community. And it is said that Rajmohan was from higher caste. But when it is said that love is blind, how will they see the caste? And since Steffy and Rajmohan were very sure in their decision, Rajmohan's parents thought that their happiness is important and came to Steffy's house to speak about marriage. And for both of them, in February 19th, 2024, That is within 2 years after they fell in love. With the approval of both the families, their marriage was decided, and like they decided, Steffy and Rajmohan's marriage happened in a temple in Sivagangai, which is Rajmohan's native, and the reception was held in Meenambakam church. And before marriage, Rajmohan's family asked for 100 sovereign gold and a car. But Steffy's mother gave 40 sovereign to Steffy and gave Rajmohan 5 sovereign and also bought him a bike worth 2 lakhs. And also it is said that through online and offline, they gave him lakhs of money. And for reception alone, some newspaper said that they have spent over 5 lakhs. And beyond all this, like appliances and vessels, they bought all the necessary household things. And not only that, after marriage near Steffy's house, that is, they were made to stay in a house which is 200 meters distance away. After marriage, everything was going fine for a few days. In a private firm, 22-year-old Steffy was working as a HR manager and was earning well. And since she had a high interest in modeling, she was doing a lot of modeling related works. And even before this, in 2021, she won Madras Fashion Icon Award. And 28-year-old Rajmohan was working as an engineer in Thirumudivakam with a dream job, handful of salary and marriage with loved one. Like this, Steffy's life changed into a happy one. But like the dark clouds which pours rain and vanish, her happiness also started to vanish. Yes, slowly Steffy came to know the true nature of Rajamohan's family. Yes, they started scolding Steffy with her community and always say rituals as a reason and ask her to bring money from her mother's house, and physically abusing her like this. They started torturing her, and even Steffy's mother also. Whatever she can, she did everything for her daughter to be happy, but even in that they found fault. And like putting a needle in a banana, they tortured her. Because of this, Steffy had a panic attack often. But even, and that time, they said, he got married to a person. Even for that, they created a big problem and tortured her. And not only that, it is said that they got her entire monthly salary. So when her life was going like this, few months before, Steffy gave birth to a girl baby. At least after the child was born, Steffy thought that they will change. And she was disappointed that they won't change even if they born again. Yes, in this generation where technology is booming, for giving birth to a girl child, they started scolding Steffy, but I couldn't understand a thing in this. If you understand, then tell me in comment. That is after telling they don't want girl child. But asked for a cradle, 4 sovereign gold and 2 lakhs, our Rajmohan and co. And while I hear this, who are you people? What's your logic? I feel like asking this, but since Steffy chose this life, without telling anyone about this, she endured all the torture. That's when she came to know another shocking news which made her sad. That is before the marriage, Raja Mohan fell in love with another girl. And seeing that Rajmohan has put a tattoo of that girl's name, Steffy's heat shattered into pieces. And when she asked about it, Rajmohan said reasons and tried to get away from it. And not only that, some media houses say that Rajmohan's brother, Karthik Raja, has sexually abused Steffy. And since the problem was increasing day by day, without being able to bear it, Steffy said about this to her mother and friend. And even though they tried to console her first, knowing the seriousness of the matter, they said that they will support Steffy, whatever decision she make in such situation. On May 2nd, Steffy and Rajmohan had an argument. So, Steffy's brother Darwin and her mother Sunita Devi consoled Steffy till 9 p.m. and left her at her home. But they didn't know that it was a very big mistake to leave Steffy there. Yes, and in a few hours after they left Steffy there, the things which I said in the intro began to happen. Do you know what is the brutal thing in this? until Darwin and other went and checked Steffy, who was lying unconscious. It is said that no one in the house did first aid to Steffy. Not only that, it is said that no one even went near her. And when she was taken to the hospital, they saw bruises on her body, and there were some blood clot wounds in some places, and his brother Darwin later said that her nails turned blue. And police first registered it as an accidental death and closed the case without investigating, and knowing this, Steffy's brother was shocked and filed a complaint in Manimangalam police on Steffy's in-law family. And in that, he mentioned they were torturing her for a long time for dowry. And he said that they physically and mentally abused her, and also submitted the phone call recording of Steffy crying to them. And like supporting Darwin's complaint, in the autopsy report, they mentioned that she had external injuries and she was heavily injured in the head. And it is said that there were unwanted fluids in her lungs. And police said that there were few more evidence against Raj Mohan family. And after this, only the accidental death case turned into a murder case. Now when police called Raj Mohan and investigated him, but didn't get any proper reply from him, but later he accepted that he had done that murder. And what actions did police take after that? And what happened to Steffy that night? And why did Raj Mohan kill Steffy? We should wait for the answer to all this question, because since this is a recent case, the investigation is still going on. So I hope after the investigation of this case, I believe that Steffy and her family get a justifiable judgment. Actually, we are thinking that a lot of rights were given to Indian females and believe that women are growing in lots of field, and it is true. But at the same time, the things which we don't know is, among four walls, women were tortured like slaves and servants, and that too in the name of dowry. Actually, they brought this Dowry Prohibition Act in 1961, but in this 64 years, no big changes were brought. But a lot of people are misusing this Dowry Prohibition Act, and there are people who ask for alimony after divorce and misuse it. And another brutal thing in this is the dowry has turned into prestige and status, this thinking that they are showing their prestige knowing or without knowing. For incidents which happen like this, the parents of the bride are becoming a reason for this. That's why in the name of dowry, the monsters who robbed the girl's parents, we didn't ask anything. They gave this to their daughter out of love. It is not dowry. It is a gift which they give for their daughter's future. Like this, they were saying this with a smile without any shame. Actually, according to me, it is wrong to give or receive dowry. At the same time, you have to think about one thing. Like how dowry is wrong, it is also wrong to ask for 6-digit salary to the groom, and to ask for own house and no debt, and to come in helicopter and asking for more. Like this, they are keeping a lot of conditions from the bride's side. Then what is the name for that? It is also a dowry, modern day dowry. The same mouth which says they shouldn't get dowry from bride says that the groom should have this much property for him to get married. What justice is that? Whether he is earning enough to run the family, marry him off if he is a good man. I am telling to few of you, if you want to find a groom from a rich place, they will expect the same from you, and they will ask for dowry, so both the sides should change. So my dear viewers, what do you think about this? Comment your opinions down without forgetting. I will meet you in another video. Thank you.